Look at him. I got me a little bit of little garden going in the front yard. This is my yellow pepper, sweet yellow pepper. Those are going to be my jalapenos. And this is my little onion. These are the little onions that I chopped off when I got down so far. I took them and put them in the dirt. These are the ones that I had in water for too long. And then I took them and put some dirt around them and kept them in the windowsill. And now after it's gotten warm enough outside, finally I brought them outside. And this is a volunteer strawberry plant. I put a whole strawberry down in one of my pots outside, and it grew in here with it. This is some grass that my granddaughter was planting at school. And the bus driver gave me the little thing, her little grass, and her mom left it here with me. So this is a sunflower that she planted at school. Her mom gave me that too. By the time they got these two little sunflowers home, these little edges where they was laying on, like this is what they had them on. And this little thing right here is what they had them on. And so I still went ahead and put it in dirt anyway to see if it's gonna make it. See, that one's not gonna make it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get me, I keep the little small yogurt cups. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put me a little hole in the bottom of them little small yogurt cups, and I'm gonna start me some sunflower seeds in my window. This right here is a plant that I saw a little seedling coming up underneath a whole lot of big plants. It was a place where I was visiting to. And see, you're not supposed to take the whole pot. You don't take the whole pot or the whole damn flower. If ain't no seedlings, then you leave other people's plants alone, because they plants are important to them. But it was barely surviving. It was barely surviving. And so I kept it in my greenhouse, and I got a little small greenhouse because I was trying to grow me tomatoes during the winter, and my tomatoes had got real big and had started blooming, and my son left the door up on my greenhouse and it froze them that quick. But this right here is not growing. It need to be on the ground. And see, I haven't been living here this long, and a lot of the pots I have, they are pots that have moved with me from place to place to place to place to place. And so I finally found something that I could afford that would allow a single wide on it. But you know, I'm trying, and it's like a start. It's like a start for me at the age of 55. And a lot of people still haven't been able to put down roots because the cost of living keep on going up. Anyway, a great lady, Miss Laura Arnett, gave me this right here. This is a amaryllis, I believe, amaretto. I can't remember the name of it, but the plant, the bloom, and the plant just grew so big and so beautiful. And she shared one of her plants with me, and I read how to save it. And so I saved this plant from last year. I put it down in a brown bag and I kept it away, and now it's coming back. It was already growing inside of the bag, and since I put it out here, it has done its thing. And like in 2 days, it was tiny, and it's done its thing in 2 days. It grows real fast. These are pineapples, the tops of pineapples. This one stayed in the window ledge the whole winter, and the roots were like real big, and it was just so big and bushy in the window. So I put it in a pot, and I'm not for sure what to do with it next. I still got to get me a spot because I have space for me a garden, even in my front yard, even if for certain plants and like apple trees and things. And this is my lavender bush, lavender tree, or whatever it is. And for some odd reason, it's leaning. And I'm just trying really, really hard. This is a little vine that I put down in a jar. It was in water for a while, and I finally got it out on the ground. But when it get a certain size, I'm gonna put it in another pot and bring it back inside. And this right here, I pinched off a little piece of this. I think, yeah, it was a little piece I pinched off of. I'm thinking, did I reproduce this plant? Yeah, I think that I did. I think I pinched off something from a big plant. One of them I did. One of them, this right here, this had a hard time thriving right here. It was something that I pinched off. Even though the stalk says that it still might be alive, I'm not for sure. But I put it in some dirt. I went ahead on and I replanted it, and I put it in some fresh dirt. And I make my own little old fertilizer from all of the leftover foods that I have. My compost. And I take it, but I bought this one. I didn't do this one here. This is not from my seeds. This one came from Home Depot. That's a pepper plant. And then I'm trying to do me like my little front yard, a little area, a little outside patio. So this is an old, that's an old twin size bed from a bunk bed. It was a triple bunk bed that I bought my grandboys one year, and it broke. And so I took this and I'm making it into a fence around my little garden area right here that I got by the porch. So it's hard for stuff to get at it on that side right there by the porch, because you know it's by the porch, so they would have to climb underneath the house. And the dog up there, he like to pee everywhere, and I don't want pee all over my food. These my plants right here that gonna go on the ground. This one right here, this is an old plant. My mom got this on we were fishing out on one of them little old creek areas where the water run through, and she found her and she got her little piece up. It was a lot of them along that branch area, and she grabbed this one right here. This is one that came from my mama plant. That one came from my mama plant. These plants are very old. This one right here, I got this. It was a seedling that I got when I was at a hotel resort in Orlando, and it got something crushed the top of the plant, and this need to go on the ground too. And this is a hibiscus right here, and they really did not want to survive. I bought these last year. The other one died, but this one right here, I can tell it's live. It's still living because it got all them little leaves putting out on it right here. Then I got me this tomato plant right here, came from Home Depot. These are some that volunteered in my little compost pot right here. That's my little compost pot. I took all my old dirt. It's so many baits in there. Oh my gosh. I had to buy me some fresh soil because I didn't want baits eating up all the roots of my plants. So, but they still gonna find their way up in the plants. But I kind of want to keep them on the ground. So, but that one right here, and those are volunteers. I just took them, put them in there close together because I ran out of soil, fresh soil. And what I want to do is I save all the plastic from the brown bark. The brown bark right here, and I save the plastic from it, and I make my own little tarp from the plastic bags. And I go and I put, like this little small area I got right here, that was 5 bags of the brown mulch. I want to go a little bit higher, but you know, sometimes it's the cost and the cost to live. And so I have to be slow about the things that I do. But anyway, have a great Sunday.